We are on the final section for the WWE side of things, the Performer Awards. And I'm going to preface this a little bit. This is going to be quicker because we already ran down a lot of the things that we need to do as far as talking about why we picked these people, talking about the best and worst storylines and different things they've done in the year and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to breeze through this quite a bit. We're going to start off with the best and the worst newcomer of the year, which could be anybody from the main roster that was in NXT before. They're kind of like re-debuting to that crowd. Anybody who's brand new to NXT, anybody who's newly signed to the company, maybe they worked with like the Tough Enough cast, or they are somebody on Breaking Ground or NXT crew in general, anything like that. There's a wide range of people to pick from this as well. My best, I'm going to give it to Kevin Owens because he made his debut on the main roster, and this dude was just top to bottom great. I already mentioned it all before. Worst is going to be ZZ. He should not have been a part of Tough Enough, should not have been given a contract after Tough Enough, shouldn't have made it as far as he needed to be in Tough Enough. Just a waste of a paycheck. ZZ needs to get fired immediately. Calen, best and the worst newcomer of the year.
Best newcomer. I agree, Kevin Owens. He's great. What else can I say about him that you didn't already say? For my worst newcomer, I'm going to go with Dana Brooke. Get her off of my TV already. Stop doing that arm thing. So she tries to act like she's really great in the ring and really hot, and I don't think she's either. So get out of here, Dana Brooke. Goodbye. What?
I would definitely do Dana Brooke.
You would definitely what?
He would just do her. That's what he said.
This boils down to
Shaun just said what Shaun always says.
I would do her.
There you go.
He would caress her
She's
arm.
sexy. She's sexy.
Not my style.
Drew, what's the best and the worst newcomer of the year?
For best newcomer, it's gonna be Kevin Owens. Easy choice. Worst newcomer, the Ascensions, and that's just because the Ascension did not rise; they fell.
Paden.
For me, best newcomer of 2015 would go to Chad Gable. That guy came out of nowhere and got himself so over. The crowd just absolutely loves this guy, so much to the point where they love the people that are associated with him. Jason Jordan's never been more over in his entire career. So I love that. Everything that guy's been doing since he came in. The worst newcomer, I have to give to ZZ as well. As soon as I saw just a still of him standing with his shirt off for Tough Enough, I was like, oh my god, who the fuck is this guy? What's he doing here? I can't believe they decided to keep him around. Even like everyone bad talks him. Like whenever I see a clip of someone talking about him on the show, they're talking about how terrible he is, and all the reports I see are just about how much everybody hates him. So why is he there? So not a good year for ZZ.
Shaun, what are your newcomers?
Great input.
Sorry. Best newcomer, I have gone with Apollo Crews. Because I didn't know who this guy was, and he surprised me. Worst, I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this, but I'm going to go with Asuka.
Fuck you.
I just don't see what the big deal is about it. I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
Wago, Dem's fighting words.
Yeah, Shaun's a dickhead. So for the best, Kevin Owens. Worst, Braun Stroganoff.
Oh, you don't like that meal?
Yeah.
Best and worst Diva of the year, self-explanatory, of course. Pretty much all these are going to be. I don't need to explain them. But the wide range of these, I mean, too, we got everybody from AJ Lee, who was a part of the roster for a little bit, to Aaliyah, who people might not even know exists, and Liv Morgan and Adrian Reese and all these. Worst, Rosa Mendez. You suck before, you suck now, and at least before you were on TV a little bit, and you were hot, and now you're getting paid to sit at home and be pregnant. That sucks. Best is... was that a little too harsh?
No, well, I mean, she's getting paid to do nothing, so is her life really that bad?
So
Well, her
it's
life's not that
weird
bad.
because David Otunga is paid to have dead family, and she's paid to create family. It's kind of like opposites.
They need to feud with each other.
It's the circle of life.
Maybe she can fill some holes.
Well, she's got to. The best diva of the year, I was going to give it to Sasha Banks, very close call, but I ended up going with Bayley because she has proven that the best things that Sasha Banks has done this year has been with Bayley, and Bayley's done good things outside of it, and Sasha's kind of been screwed over a little bit, but Bayley has just been doing awesome. Best match of the year and all that. I don't think I need to give more of a reason for that. Wago, what are your best and your worst divas of the year?
Best is Bayley, worst is Eva Marie.
Pretty self-explanatory. Shaun, what do you think?
Best, I've gone with Bayley. Worst, I have gone with Nia Jax.
Oh, what a poor monster. Paden.
I don't know how you could say that Sasha Banks has done nothing great outside of her work with Bayley. Have you forgotten the work she did with Becky Lynch?
Not that she's done nothing great. The best things that she's done has been with Bayley.
That match with Becky Lynch was amazing, and that was a big contender for best match of the year for the Divas. Do you remember how the crowd acted after that match was done?
Turned her babyface.
So much, yeah, it turns Becky Lynch babyface just in time for her main roster debut, and who knows, she hasn't done well even with that. Who knows if she even done worse if she didn't have that behind her. But anyway, best, I have to go with Sasha Banks. She's been underutilized, but she's still the most talented person that they have there. Worst, Lillian Garcia. I can't believe this woman is still around. When they bring her out, just... I swear I didn't mean to use this word, but whenever they trot her out...
Quit horseplaying here.
You're going to say nay on Lillian Garcia.
Yeah. Whenever they trot her out to speak Spanish for whoever they're bringing out, it just annoys me so much. And maybe I'm just an asshole American for that. But I don't know. It just really boils my blood.
Well, I thought this was America. I thought this was America.
I want my announcement in English.
It's like, hey, Wago, who do you think's the worst diva of the year? Eva Marie, she's not good on the mic, that kind of stuff. She could be better in the ring. Paden, what do you think's the worst? That chick that says Spanish stuff. I don't fucking like her.
Well, it's mostly when she sings in Spanish or any language. It's fucking terrible.
Drew, how are your divas? Who's the best and worst?
My divas. For best diva of the year, it's gonna be Bayley. She's just awesome. And worst, it's gonna be Alicia Fox, and that's mainly because during the Divas Revolution, she was the one that didn't get a team name after her. She was on a team that already had a name, so that's why.
If Drew falls asleep, we'll make it an outro.
No, I'm not falling asleep.
Oh, dude, a video outro? That'd be great.
Just...
Why? Why did you say you're going to fall asleep all of a sudden? I'm not going to fall asleep.
That should be the tag at the end of every week's episode.
You know what? He's doing that thing that whitey kids do. I'm not tired. I'm tired.
I don't want to.
Don't make fun of Drew. He's getting all tuckered out.
Shut up, Calen. It's originally haven't fallen asleep by now, you old fuck. Hasn't your nurse gave you your damn medications?
That's right. Are we on to me yet? Are we done talking to Drew finally?
We're on to you.
Thank God. All right, for the best, Sasha Banks. Bayley is great, but I have to put Sasha Banks above her for all the reasons you guys know. You know how good she is. Sasha Banks, number one, in my opinion. I know Mike agrees with me. With the worst, I'm going to say Eva Marie. Come on, lady. Why is she still around? Come on. I've expressed my opinions on how much I dislike Eva Marie in several podcasts. And if you want to know why, just go back and listen to that, because I hate her.
You're not worth listening to, so no.
Yeah, well.
Let's go personal.
Yeah. Well,
sure. Okay.
Best and the worst tag team of the year. My best, I'm going to go with the Submission Sorority. No, I'm just kidding. The best, I'm going to go with Beef Mode. No, I'm just kidding. The best, I'm going to go with the Astral. No, I'm just kidding. The best, I'm going to go with the fucking New Day. You knew this, right? I don't need to explain. Come on.
Boo.
The worst, I'm going to go with a tag team that a lot of people might not even know exists, and that is Shoot Nation. Yeah. Calen.
Also, New Day Rocks. New Day Rocks. So that's an easy pick for the best. I think a lot of us are going to pick that one. For the worst, I'm going to say a tag team that I thought was pretty cool on NXT. Then they brought them up to the main roster and just... That would be the Ascension. That's the technical term for it. The Ascension. What the hell happened to those guys? they're a joke now. So I'm going to say the Ascension are the worst.
Drew.
For worst, primetime players, easily, they suck. For best, it's going to be Enzo and Big Cass, because they're awesome.
Baden.
For best, I'm going to give that to the New Day as well. Definitely just kicked a lot of butt this year. Well-deserved 2-time champs. For worst team, oh gosh, the Ascension just had such a fall from grace this year. As I was saying, last year they just dominated the NXT division, came up to the main roster this year. Their first match at the Royal Rumble was with the New Age Outlaws. Odd choice. And then from there, it was just all downhill. Those poor guys. Bad year for them. We got to give them the worst.
Shaun, you're up next.
Best, I've gone with Cesaro and Kid. I think
That's all
if Kid didn't get injured, I think they still would be like up there feuding for the titles. Worst, I have gone with the Bullfighters. I don't even know what they're fucking called anymore, but I'm going with them.
Los Matadores.
Ole.
And Wago.
For the best, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. Great tag team. Their run got cut short. I hope they have a little bit of a run back together before they go separate ways, if Tyson Kidd ever wrestles again. As far as the worst goes, the fucking primetime players. Jesus Christ, they're a terrible tag team. Were they champs this year?
Yeah.
Fucking...
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah.
Manager or Valet is next, and I think I have them all written down of the potential options. So they were Paul Heyman, Lana, Rosa Mendez, the Rosebuds, El Torito, Summer Rae, Zeb Coulter, and I think that's it. But if anybody else has any other suggestions that I forgot about, then they're obviously able to pop up as well. The best was Paul Heyman. Wago pretty much explained why Paul Heyman was great this year. I don't need to go back, check back the other one. The worst, the Rosebuds, because they were just as pointless as can possibly be. It's odd enough to think that the Rosebuds were even a part of this year because Adam Rose spent so much of the year sucking on his own. But at the beginning of the year, he sucked with a whole bunch of people that sucked. And the B is the only one that's good. So Rosebuds get the worst, and Paul Heyman gets the best. And Wago, what do you think? Best and worst, manager or Valet?
The best is Paul Heyman, and that's been explained why. The worst, Zeb Coulter. Given his work this year with Alberto Del Rio, it was fucking terrible. The best thing he did was scoot away, sadly.
That's pretty bad when an old guy, like, what's your highlight of the year? Well, you were looking all sad and you were just like...
Oh, don't fucking throw bars at me.
Yeah, he was upstaged by pipes.
Hey, don't throw those bars. I don't like that. Shaun, what do you think? Manager or Valet?
I am the same as Wago. Best, Paul Heyman. Worst, Zeb Coulter. I know, shock.
Paden.
Best, Paul Heyman. Worst, woo, Ric Flair.
Ooh, yeah. Self-explanatory for that one, right?
Woo!
Ooh.
Woo.
Drew.
Worst is also going to be Ric Flair. And for best, I'm going to go with Carmella.
Because she's hot as hell.
Yep, you nailed it right on the fucking coffin. That's why.
What?
You nailed it on the coffin.
I just nailed that coffin, yo.
Duh, that's what I just said.
Is this the second thing I'm gonna have to write down for Drew of things that could be running jokes? Nail the coffin, and Tommy Dreamer came back as more pants. Calen, your best and your worst manager, or
I'm actually a little bit different. I thought the worst was Paul Heyman. No, I'm just kidding. He's the best, obviously. Paul Heyman's the best. No explanation needed. The worst, Summer Rae as Valet. I mean, she's part of the worst storyline this year. Every time I see her on my screen, well, okay. Every time I hear her, I don't want to hear her. She's not bad to look at, but still, I'd rather never see her again. So Summer Rae.
She doesn't get as wild of a...
No.
All right, we have other character. I still can't figure out what I want to name this thing. So if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. But it's basically everybody else who's not a manager, a valet.
Characters no one
or-
cares about.
Yeah, basically, I guess you can kind of equate it to. Going to give you a quick rundown of some of the ones that are here. I'm not going to list them all. You can check them out on smarkoutmoment.com. But we got people like authority figures, Triple H, William Regal, Joey Mercury, that kind of stuff. We got the Rosebuds, as I mentioned before. We got the drummer guy from Monday Night Raw, the 19th of January, the taps trumpet guy, the lawsuit cameraman, and 2 fake cops who arrest Dean Ambrose. I don't know why I wrote that one down, but that's part of it too. Even Tyler Breeze's VIP guard dude, like there's a lot of them. Ashley from Human Resources is one of them. But my best, I'm gonna give it to Triple H because he's the only one that actually does like a damn good job, other than maybe Stephanie and William Regal and a couple others. But Triple H is the man. And the worst is gonna be Boris Attorney Burger is what we ended up dubbing him. Rusev's attorney with the Bono glasses on Monday Night Raw from March 16th. That guy was terrible. Awful excuse of an actor, and just abysmal in all kind of possible ways. Calen, what are your least favorite and your favorite other characters, ancillary characters, whatever?
Man, I was really tempted to give it to Triple H or William Regal this time because both those guys are total pros. They're very good at what they do. But this year, I am going to go with J&J, Joey Mercury, Jamie Noble, J&J Security. They were a much bigger part than I thought they were going to be originally when they started showing them again on TV. They ended up being a huge part in the Authority and part of Seth's entourage there. So I'm going to say J&J for the best. For the worst, I would also like to give it to Boris Attorney Burger, Rusev's attorney, because he has the best accent and acting skills in all of WWE.
God, that guy was terrible. Drew, what do you think?
For worse, probably gonna be Ashley from Human Resources because it wasn't Ashley. Ashley. That was the big letdown from all of that. For best, it's definitely gonna be the Tyler Breeze VIP section dude. Just because it's fucking awesome knowing that Tyler Breeze has a guy who's like in charge of security for his little fucking like belted off area. I just thought that was awesome.
Paden.
Best, I have to agree, Triple H, the man this year, stepping it up all around for everybody, setting the tone, both with his work in WWE and as the lead man over on NXT, flip-flopping between babyface and heel and doing a bang-up job for both of them. So Triple H, well-deserved, top one on that. For the worst, I'm going to give it to that guy that proposed to his girlfriend in the middle of the ring for that awful segment on TLC where they went to K Jewelers. Like, what an asshole. You're going to propose to her in the middle of an empty ring? Like, at least be like cool like that guy who did it in the middle of a John Cena match.
That happened?
Yeah, it was on TLC.
Huh. Thank God I missed it.
Oh, you got to go back and see it. It was awesome.
No.
Alrighty, Shaun.
Copy and paste Brian's answer, because that's exactly what I got written down by you.
Who the fuck is
Best-
Brian?
J&J Security.
Brian
worst,
Calen, I think is his name.
worst the fucking
terrible.
Wago.
Alright, so for the worst other character, and I think that's what we're on because I had to restart the call for myself. Ashley from HR is pretty bad, but I'd have to give it to Rusev's translator lawyer thing. For the best, I think you had Triple H down as an option, and he's one of the best like other characters that you can have. So yeah, him.
And special little shout out there to any of the kids that showed up. You get the worst as well. Gotta keep that tradition.
Hey,
Actually, no. Actually, this year,
fuck you.
this year we had a cool kid, didn't we? The kid that like the Dark Shadow or whatever his name was. Wasn't that this year?
Drax Shadow.
Drax Shadow. Yeah, that kid was fucking awesome. You know what? You turned it around, kid. You made this. You were one of the better ones.
Drax Shadow. I don't remember this.
Oh, that kid was the shit.
How does he compare to Izzy? Is that her name, Izzy?
Oh crap! Do we really need to have like a kid award of the year now? Oh man, yeah, Drax Shadow is better than Izzy.
Oh yeah.
Probably gonna be dating in the future. The best and the worst broadcaster. These are the people that aren't on the ring announcing side of things. We're gonna do that next, but it's all the people from panels and commentary and backstage interviews. A lot of people to choose from for this one. Some of them I don't even know who the hell they are. Who the hell is Alex Reyes? I don't know who the hell that is. Worst, I'm gonna give it to Devin Taylor. She's just not good for the backstage interviewer kind of thing, and I'm kind of glad that they got rid of her. The best is Renee Young. She's great. Love her. Super cute. Super good. Big thumbs up all the way around. Wago, broadcaster, what do you got?
Okay, sorry, I had actually a broadcaster and announcer mixed around for some reason. Best has to go to Renee Young, and the worst goes to anyone who just looks like they're an invisible person and there's a microphone there, because I don't know any of their names.
There's quite a bit of them, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it just goes to that vacant void, because I don't know anyone's name other than Renee Young.
Shaun.
Best, I've gone with Corey Graves, because he was my one to watch that one year. I'm going to stick by my guns. Worst, is it Todd or Tom Phillips?
Tom.
Yeah, him. Fuck that guy.
He's just like Todd Pettengill, though.
He's better than Todd Pettengill. Young boy Tom. Shaun's sticking to his guns a lot in this episode, if you haven't figured that out yet. I think he would have rather had the best comeback be the smoking guns. Paden, what do you think? Broadcasters.
Well, one of the smoking guns didn't have a very good comeback this year.
Yeah. Bart.
Mm-hmm.
Sonny.
Well, best, Renee Young, without a doubt. This girl is the bee's knees. She's got it all. She's poised. She's no kind of
pork.
what?
This girl, we were like, she's poor. I was like, she's.
I think he was trying to say he wants to poke her.
No, I'm saying she's poised, she's talented, she's beautiful, she's just so on the spot with every interview she does. I can't think of many times where she's left awkwardly. She's even though she's probably directed, whenever it gets to the end of those interviews, she doesn't really just stand there going, oh well. For worst, I'm gonna have to go with Carlos Cabrera, because I can never understand what the hell that guy's saying.
I think he's just talking to Lillian the whole time.
Yeah, maybe.
Drew, what are your broadcasters?
Isn't it amazing that is he the one that's been there for like 15 or so years now, or is that Marcelo?
I think they've both been there forever.
God, I will say every like 10-second split that they go to him, they seem more into it than everyone else on the show, so I will give them props for that. So for my best, I'm gonna give it to those two just for that alone, because the rest. Because I really don't consider like the pre-show panel stuff. Those are actually fucking announcers on the main show. So all the other announcers they fucking suck. I mean, Corey Graves has a chance. He has a shot. Rich Brennan, I think he's okay. But everyone else they have, it's very bad. So I'll give Byron Saxon a shot as well. But other than that, no one.
And Calen, what are yours?
The best by far, Renee Young. I think I agree with a lot of you guys on that one. Don't need to explain why. The worst, I think the WWE could stand to save a few dollars by hiring a mannequin to replace Byron Saxton, because they get about the same results for less than half the price. So Byron Saxton gets my worst.
Less than half the price? That's an expensive mannequin.
There's some nice mannequins out there, I'm just saying.
That takes us into announcer, the actual people in the ring saying, coming to the ring right now, weighing in at whatever like that. Only those people. And the only couple of choices that we had were Eden Rhodes, Greg Hamilton, JoJo, Lillian, and Tony Schimmel. I don't remember anybody else. But if there are, leave it in the comments below. Worst, Lillian Garcia. Paden summed it all up. I don't need to really go through all that much. And the best is actually going to be Greg Hamilton. This dude came out of nowhere, and he's pretty damn good. I like Eden quite a bit, more than I thought that I was going to, and JoJo is pretty decent here and there. But Greg Hamilton, there's something very natural about that guy. So, especially for being somebody who was just like, who the fuck is Greg Hamilton? That guy's got a lot of energy, and I'm digging him. Greg Hamilton could be a good guy for the future. So, Calen, what are your announcers, best and worst?
Best, I'm going to go with Eden Rhodes. I like her. She's adorable. She has a good voice. She has a good personality, so I'm going to go with Eden. For the worst, she's been there forever. Lillian. She has her charms, but Not that I like. So there you go.
Are the charms horseshoes?
Lucky Charms. Purple horseshoes. Jesus Christ. I was trying to come up with a pun, but you beat me to it. Good job.
Nice. All right, Drew, your announcers.
Eden Rhodes, best. Lillian Garcia, worst. And when Justin Roberts was there, it was pretty cool. But ever since he left, just when it comes to announcing in general, it just doesn't mean anything. There's nothing special about it. Nothing special about any of these people. And Justin had a cool voice. None of these guys really have any quirks or anything about them that makes them different, other than one looks like a horse. So, yeah, that's what I'm about to say about that.
It is Mike Paden's turn.
Greg Hamilton took me by surprise the first time I just popped on NXT and saw him announcing there. I instantly had my ears perked a little bit when I heard him announce. I was like, wow, this guy's got a really booming voice. He seems like he's really excited about what's coming up. Like, I don't know if I've actually heard someone have that type of enthusiasm in their voice since the Fink. And I'm not going to say he's the next Fink or anything, but he's going to be the first Greg Hamilton. And I think he's going to be a great part of the cast of this brewing next generation that we have coming for the next 5 years. I think he's going to be a very integral part of that. I mean, when you pair him up with a badass Finn Balor entrance, that's going to be a big, big money-making thing. So did I say, oh, it's Lillian Garcia. Yeah, Lillian Garcia. Like, I don't even have to say that. I'm pretty sure everyone can assume where that one's going.
Sean, you gonna make this another Lillian?
No, I'm not. Sadly. Best, I've gone with Eden.
Fucking
Worst, I've gone with Greg Hamilton. I don't like Greg.
Boo.
For exactly the same reasons why Paden likes him, I just don't like his enthusiasm. I think he's a bit too enthusiastic for my
Fuck
liking.
that guy for being excited.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I fucking hate the product, so should he.
Yeah, he's too fucking happy. That's his problem. Not mine.
All right, Wago.
Best Greg, worst Lillian. Bada bing, bada boom.
There you go. Best and worst heel. Self-explanatory again. Whole breakdown on the website for all the people that were heel this year. And I don't need to explain anything more than these two names. The best is Kevin Owens, and the worst is Adam Rose. All the same reasons we broke them down before. Wago.
I have to disagree. Best is Kevin Owens, but the worst goes to Bray Wyatt. What's a heel's job? To get a negative reaction. Bray Wyatt doesn't do that. Bray Wyatt is cool. Bray Wyatt is edgy. People want to cheer for Bray Wyatt more than what they want to boo him. They'll boo him by default if he's against an Undertaker, sure, but Bray's a terrible heel.
So is Kevin.
No. He's
Yeah,
big.
he gets cheered a bit. There's always people.
Yeah,
who
but
cheer.
then he turns it around as soon as he gets on the mic.
He doesn't
Or
even
Twitter.
insult him that bad.
Or Twitter.
Yeah, he shuts down that shit, but like before it gets too bad.
All right, Sean. Heels.
Best, I have gone with the one and only Baron Corbin. The worst, I have gone with Adam Rose. Mr. Rosebud himself. He is turned into a right old lemon.
Paden.
Best Kevin Owens, worst Adam Rose. Can't make any other logic for anyone other than those two.
Drew.
Best Triple H. In most situations on the main roster, he easily gets booed just because he opens the show every week, and I think a lot of people hate that. So by default, he will be the best. Worst, Adam Rose. It's plain and simple. I don't think anyone cares. He gets no reaction. If he gets a reaction now, it's people booing him, but they're booing him to get the fuck off the screen, and not so much that they just genuinely are so interested in the character that they want to boo him.
Calen.
Well, I was thinking about Adam Rose, but like you guys were saying, the heel wants you to hate them, and Adam Rose does accomplish that. We do hate him, so at least he's successful at what he's trying to accomplish. The worst thing for a heel or a babyface to do is to be boring, and I'm going to give my worst heel to somebody that I find boring, at least at the moment. And that is Rusev Butria, Rusev Machka. I'm just bored with
That's
Rusev
pretty
right
good.
now. Oh, thank you very much.
No problem.
For the best heel, somebody that I love to hate and I hate to love, or love to love. Anyway, Seth Rollins. I'm going to give to him. Kevin Owens was a close one. I almost gave it to Kevin Owens, but I got to go with Seth Rollins.
Very close thing with Rollins for me too. Babyface, opposite of this thing. Worst, Solomon Crow. Never once did I have the urge to cheer for this guy in anything that he did. He could be up against the worst. He could be up against Adam Rose, and I would sit there and think more, I wonder what Adam Rose is going to do in this match than Solomon Crow.
You know what also sucked for him? He was impossible to chant for. No one's going to go Solomon or Crow, 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 Crow.
Yeah, it was just, he did not work. Best, though, is going to be Dean Ambrose. I almost gave it to Sami Zayn, but he ended up just spending too much time away this year, while Dean Ambrose was somebody who, he did something different as a babyface, and he did it in a way that nobody really seemed to get tired of him, which is speaking like a lot, because we had somebody like a Roman Reigns that people didn't like. It took him a while to like reach that point. Everybody still is kind of iffy on John Cena and stuff, but everybody seemed to like Dean Ambrose. And on top of that, he's one of the few people that stuck by his guns. I guess you could borrow a phrase from Shaun. They could have easily done a heel turn for him this year, and instead they made him probably the best example of a babyface, where he had his friend have a feud with Bray Wyatt, and he was like, I'm here for you, buddy. I'm just going to put all my shit aside, and I'm going to help you out. And they had a match together, and it still didn't end up turning him heel. Dean Ambrose is an amazing babyface, and he doesn't get anywhere near as much credit as he should. So, babyface, best, Dean Ambrose. Worst, Solomon Crow. Calen, what do you think?
For my worst, I'm going to say somebody that has been a babyface for quite a while now, and I don't remember ever cheering him or being in his corner or anything like that, because he bores me. He has no personality. Even when they pair him up with Titus, Darren Young, he again does nothing for me. Does nothing for me. The best babyface has been on top of the company for many, many years now, and I think for a good reason. He's super talented, super great on the mic, and the U.S. Open Challenge that he has had recently was fantastic. So I'm going to say...
Why are you picking Alberto Del Rio?
The one, the only, John Cena!
Drew.
That was obnoxious, but for worst babyface of the year, it's going to be the Primetime Players, just because they fucking suck. And then for best babyface, go with Finn Balor, just because he's awesome, and there's no other way to put it.
Paden.
For worst babyface, I am also going to give to Solomon Crow. I mean, the guy came out there to jaw jack against a heel, Kevin Owens, and rather than the crowd getting behind him, they laughed at him the entire time. So the guy had no respect from the crowd whatsoever. That's why he wasn't on TakeOver Respect. Another reason why that was a good name, because it didn't have Solomon Crow on it.
Should have Roddy Dangerfield.
That's like the running argument of the year, whether or not that was a good name.
Best babyface, though, is going to be Bayley. I mean, this girl was just the person everybody loved, to the point where they were singing her songs. They were serenading her for an entire match at the most recent NXT TakeOver special. People just love this girl for whatever the reasons may be. But I just don't know how anybody in this world could possibly hate Bayley. It'd be like hating a puppy. Like, how do you do that? So she is just the ultimate babyface.
Shaun, you know you have your mic muted, and I can't tell what you're singing.
I was singing the Bailey song. You know,
Hey,
Bailey. Ooh.
Ah.
I wanna know, would you be
Would you
my
be my
girl?
girl?
Right. Anyways, best. I have gone with Cesaro. The motherfucker has his own section, so that's why he's my favorite babyface of the year.
So I'm just gonna beat something down here.
So yeah,
My bongo
fucking
set that I
right.
have down here, like fucking Donkey Kong.
The worst for me has to be the one and only Roman Reigns. I have never cheered for this guy. I never want to see this fucking cunt win. And yeah, Roman Reigns takes the fucking championship of worst babyface of 2015.
So he's most certainly not the dog's bollocks, is what you're saying.
If he was a part of the dog, I would say he's the scrotum.
So the part that surrounds the buttocks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wago.
Well, I'm going to have to agree with Paden. Bailey is the best babyface. But I'm also going to have to agree with Shaun. Roman Reigns has been the worst babyface of this year. And I don't think it's entirely in fault of his own, but the fact remains is the entire point of being a babyface is to get the audience on your side, to support you, to want to see you overcome all these odds, and he didn't do it. He was not true to who he was. They tried to make him John Cena 2.0, and now that it's the end of the year, he's finally breaking out of that and becoming his own. Too late. You sucked as a babyface this year.
I was clicking on Shaun for a good portion of that, just because he's sitting there going. And our last for the WWE side of all of our awards here, the biggest one that you can possibly get, Superstar of the Year. This is everybody, whether you are on NXT, you are on the main event, or the main roster, you are a diva, you can even actually add managers in here, anything like that. Just who is the best person in WWE this year, and who's the worst. The best person, I'm going to go with what WWE went with for the Slammy Awards. Best person of the year, Seth Rollins. He was the backbone of pretty much everything for months and months on the edge. And, if it wouldn't have been for him, I don't know how much worse this year would have been. Worst, it's Adam Rose. This guy. Fuck this guy. Adam Rose. Wago.
All right, so for the best, John fucking Cena. He's had the best year of his career, and he's been with the company for fucking ever now. That's awesome. Like, this is the time period where he should be on the decline, but he's not. So, awesome year for Cena, and unlike Cena, the worst is Adam Rose. Fucking terrible.
Shaun, what do you got? Well, let's just say, all right, you got Roman Reigns for the worst, right?
How did you know? It's like you can read my mind, just like you read my notes.
Is the best Baron Corbin?
No, his best is Cesaro.
It's Cesaro.
Cesaro, man.
Haven't
It
you
was,
been
it
paying
was a
attention?
close second. It was a close second for
You
Baron
can-
Corbin.
Alright, we can move on then.
But Cesaro is my number one guy. I love Cesaro. Come back soon, Beat. Come back soon. Come win the title. Shaun will love you.
Paden, who do you got?
This was absolutely the year of Rollins. This guy had a kick-ass year, starting out with that awesome triple threat match he was in at Royal Rumble, cashing in the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, having one of the better matches of the night with Randy Orton that night too, having the whole Summer of Seth with all the awesome things he was doing throughout the year. I really enjoyed his work, and I think he was absolutely the man for this year. As far as the worst person of the year, 2015, now, if we're only counting people that we've seen on TV, Adam Rose is an obvious choice here, but if we're counting people that have anything to do with what we're seeing on TV, I think the worst person and the most detrimental person to WWE this year, Kevin Dunn.
Woo!
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Imagine if he was a superstar.
Ugh.
Be the tooth motherfucker.
He'd have to take away the Titus O'Neil Gator Chomp thing, but he would just do it with his own teeth. True.
Superstar of the year, definitely 100% Seth fucking Rollins. He's the man. Yeah, probably the best year out of everyone this year when it comes to just overall awesomeness. So, Seth Rollins, Superstar of the year. The not so superstar of the year.
Not so super.
Can we call it that? That's actually a better name.
The not so superstar of the year. I like it.
Okay, so you're welcome. But the not so superstar of the year for me is probably gonna be a man known as Hulk Hogan, just because, fall from fame comes with a sharp needle, if you may say.
If you may say. I don't know if anybody else may say.
I don't know. He definitely
Never
had
heard
a great
anybody
year.
say that. I don't think you're hitting the coffin with that one.
Oh, damn.
That full from fame, you know.
When you fall from fame and you end up hitting that coffin with the needles or whatever like that, you end up looking a lot more pants.
You can't take the needle to the coffin, but you can't make him drink.
Guys, come on.
You would have been better off if you just fell asleep, Drew.
No, I'm doing fine. I'm doing 100%.
Are you falling
This is
asleep,
better-
little guy? You getting tired there?
No, guys, I'm not.
This is better than
Oh,
last
it's
year
true.
when Drew was on when we were getting ready to record, and then right about 10 minutes beforehand he left and then didn't come back until about a half an hour after we got done recording. Calen,
happens.
who is the best and the worst superstar of the year?
All right, the worst or unsuperstar, whatever the hell Drew said. The worst one is going to be Adam Rose for the 100,000 different reasons we've already mentioned tonight. The best. All right, John Cena had a great year. I'm a fan of John Cena. It's one of John Cena's best years. But 2015 belonged to the man, Seth Rollins.
Look at Shaun looking all proud like he did something this year.
Yeah, you picked Seth Rollins as your favorite.
Yeah, you should have seen like him fucking grinning when I was talking about Roman Reigns being the worst babyface.
Don't encourage him.
Yeah, how did you not pick Seth Rollins as your favorite?
I don't know. I completely forgot about Seth Rollins, to be honest. Seth Rollins is my favorite.
So
Seth Rollins is my favorite. There we go.
how
forgot
big
about
of
the
a
guy
fan
who
can
won
you
the
be
title.
if you can't even think of him?
The guy you serenaded and sung about wanting to fuck, you couldn't remember him?
I've sang plenty of songs about Seth Rollins, alright? It's hard to keep track of all these songs.
Next year we're going to get a song about how he wants to fuck Baron Corbin.
Or Cesaro.
Alright guys, so there's the WWE side of things. All those are in the bag. Leave your comments below. Last part that we're going to do here, the Smack Talk Awards, where we actually turn the tables on ourselves and give you the best and the worst of what we did this year according to you guys. So stay tuned for part 4 coming up next.